Hey, it's Gabe with API Nation. Today I'm going to show you how you can sync Brivity to Google Contacts so that all those leads you have in Brivity, and as you keep adding leads, they'll also get updated onto your phone. And if you add any contacts to your phone, you can have those synced right back into Brivity for follow-up. It's super easy to set up. Let me show you how. First thing we're going to do is go to apination.com, and I'm going to click on Discover Connections. And here you can see there's a ton of different real estate and productivity apps you can sync. I'm going to scroll up to the top with the B's, and there's Brivity. Click on that. And these are the apps available to sync with Brivity. I'm going to come on down here to Google Contacts to set that up. All right, you can see I have two syncs available. I can sync from Brivity into Google Contacts. That'd be from Brivity into my phone. And then I can sync from Google Contacts back to Brivity, creating a true two-way sync. I'm going to start with Brivity into Google Contacts, so I'll click Activate. And a subscription for this connection covers both those syncs. You can set this up as a two-way sync and it's still the same subscription price. So I need my username, password, and I'm going to name my company. So I'll just fill those in. And the name for your company, that's just to name this connection in case you're setting up multiple Brivity accounts. There we go. So Brivity is now connected. Now I'm going to connect to Google Contacts. And you can see it's asking me to confirm I don't use any other applications to sync these apps. So if you're currently using any other platforms to sync contacts between these two apps, go ahead and turn that off first. And then you can connect Google Contacts and continue with the sync. I'm going to choose the Google account I want to sync the contacts to and allow. All right, well, and this will be the last step for this sync. You can see there's a few options here. The first option, sync all contacts on first run. That's going to take all the contacts I have in Brivity and push them into Google Contacts. I'm going to go ahead and do that so I can get it all connected. If this box is unchecked, then it's only going to start adding contacts you add from today going forward. So it's only going to add any new or updated contacts from the time the sync is on. But if I check the box, it's going to take everybody who currently exists in Brivity and push them in there. I can send over just specific tags from Brivity. So if I've already set up some tags in Brivity, like maybe I have an FSBO tag, I only want to send those people over to Google Contacts, I can do that. This comes in kind of handy. As you can see down here in Google Contacts, you can send them to a specific folder. So maybe you would set up a specific tag like FSBO, and then set up a FSBO folder, and then you would just set up that sync, and then you can go through and create syncs for all your specific tags to keep these people a little bit more organized. But in general, I just want all my leads sent from Brivity into Google Contacts. So I'm going to empty this filter tags. I'm going to choose all agents. And then down here in Google Contacts, it's going to send them to Google Contacts as a whole. I can go ahead and put them in a specific label, is what they're called in Google Contacts. So maybe I want everybody from Brivity sent over to a new folder called Brivity Contacts. I can do that. Finally, it's asking me, do I want to overwrite information in Google Contacts? No, actually, I'm just going to fill in the blanks. So I'm going to check that box. Last step, here's the mapping. We're going to send first name to first name, last name, last name. All of this looks great. If there's anything else from the left-hand side you want synced to the right, you can go ahead and do that. For example, street address, I'm going to go ahead and do that. Street, city, locality, I think is what Brivity uses for state, and zip. So this all looks great. I'm going to go ahead and also sync over tags into notes. That's going to be helpful. All right. I'm going to go to the top and activate this sync. So there you go. You can see the sync is now running. Let me go back to settings for a second. If you end up changing any of these settings, maybe you decide I actually only want one agent, or I only want to send over a specific tag, go ahead and just make the change. And then hit the Resync All Contacts button, and that's going to reset the whole sync. It's going to start at the very beginning. All right, so we have our Brivity leads to Google Contacts sync all set up. I'm going to go ahead and click the Brivity logo to go back to all the syncs available. Choose Google Contacts again. And we're going to set up the partner sync from Google Contacts into Brivity. It's going to look really similar. We've already connected both those apps, so it's just going to pass me right on through to the last page. There we go. And here you can select the label again. So if you want to send everybody from Google Contacts into Brivity, go ahead and select default. In the last sync we just set up, we're sending everybody from Brivity into a Brivity label in Google Contacts. So I can do the same thing here. That way only people who I put in my Brivity label in Google Contacts get sent back into Brivity. That's kind of nice, especially if you end up adding a lot of contacts on your phone or on your Gmail. You can make sure that not everybody who gets added gets sent into Brivity for follow-up. Only people who get tagged or labeled with the specified group, in this case Brivity Contacts, will get sent into Brivity. Again, I can sync all contacts on first run. I'm going to do that. And then as these contacts are coming into Brivity, do I want them coming in as new, unqualified, hot? What do I want them coming in as? I'm going to go ahead with new, and I'm going to send them over as leads. Here I can choose tags to append and also specify the agents. Finally, I'm going to come on down here to mapping. Again, everything looks great. First name, last name, and notes going to tags. And this is all set up. This is now matching the sync that I've just set up, going the opposite direction. It's going to check every 5 minutes to see if a change has been made in either database, and if it has, it's going to go ahead and make that change in the connected app. So I can click on My Syncs, and there you can see I have two syncs going. Brivity leads to Google Contacts and Google Contacts to Brivity. If I want, I can pause these syncs by simply clicking the toggle, or if I want to set up syncs very similar with maybe some slight configuration changes, I can hit this clone button and set up those syncs as well. So that's it. That is how you set up the Brivity to Google Contacts sync. It's going to save you a lot of time managing your contacts. Everybody from your phone is going to get sent into Brivity. Everybody from Brivity will be sent back to your phone. Your contacts are always going to be right at hand. It's going to save you a ton of time so you can go out and make more deals. If you have any questions or ideas or need any help setting this up for you or your team, shoot us an email, give us a phone call. We're API Nation, connecting the world's applications. We love doing this stuff.